All right, are you ready, sir?
One more time?
Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is Major General Tozi. I'll be taking your interview and just answer the questions within 15 seconds. If you cannot answer them within 15 seconds, you fail the interview. And yeah, answer the question however you feel like. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what's your in-game name and current level, sir?
King Jerry L. And you said current label?
Level, the character level.
Character label? I don't know what my character label is. I don't
10 for. Yeah, it's 23 by the way.
28-3?
23. The level.
Oh, my character level. Yeah, 23.
And do you meet all our basic requirements, sir?
So yes, sir.
And have you been to any faction before?
No, sir, nothing besides the army.
10 for. Did you have any past strikes, suspension, or disciplinary actions?
I don't recall. I don't ever think so. Besides, I got kicked for the not being active for those days.
Copy. So, what skills, quality you gonna bring to Linwood Army, sir?
The skills and quality that I bring to this faction is equity. A lot of people base how much succession or success in general that they'll have in this faction by who they are right now. But I'm transformative. I'm going to grow and achieve and rise to achieve the goals that I can and the goals that you guys need me to learn to achieve over time. I'll do whatever it takes.
Copy. So, how would you respond if you are given an order you are personally disagreeing with?
Well, sir, in all reality, all orders are not based whether or not an order gets done for me is not based on whether or not I agree with it or not. The only thing that matters is that I'm following my superiors and I'm following the chain of command. So even if I don't like the order is just going to get done the way that it's supposed to get done to the fullest of my capabilities.
Copy. So, how would you handle disrespect from another soldier?
Disrespect from other soldiers is something that I personally don't usually have to deal with. I don't do a lot of talking, so I'm not gonna act like I have a whole bunch of experience with it, but I usually take it to a general, and then I'm really good at making sure that I got BC. So if I always take the BC to a general, even if it's another general, that's not following the rules or whatever, then I take that information to another general, and I let you guys handle it.
Copy. So, what does discipline means to you, sir?
Discipline to me means the difference between a lighter and the sun. When you're motivated, then you can get the job done. And that's what happens when you flicker a lighter. But the sun burns virtually eternally. Discipline breaks through even when you don't have motivation. Discipline is the backbone of the Linwood Army.
Copy. How would you respond if a superior corrected or reprimanded you in front of others?
Silence and obedience. Whether or not my superior reprimands me does not matter as much as the global perspective and perception of the Linwood Army to my comrades and to people outside of the situation.
And do you fully understand the chain of command, sir?
Sir, yes, sir.
How active are you daily, sir?
Daily, I'll probably be spending 1 to 5 hours on, and I'll probably be at least 2 to 3 raids a day.
So you did get kicked out of you being inactive. Will it repeat, sir?
No, sir. I'm a national recording artist, so I travel all over the nation making music. So that's actually how that happened. I ended up getting real caught up in my touring schedule, but I'm back now.
10-4. And are you willing to attend all the trainings, operation, and events on time, sir?
Sir, yes, sir.
So, what would you do if you are reprimanded or demoted for misconduct?
The only thing that I can do is respect the chain of command. If they find that I need to be reprimanded or demoted for any sort of misconduct and they're just establishing order, I'm not going to act like I'm going to be perfectly happy and hunky dory about the situation given the circumstance in the actual moment. But what I can tell you right now is that I do understand the value and the necessity of not just self discipline, but also disciplinary actions that have to be taken in order to make sure that this army stays strong.
10-4. So, how will you ensure you are gonna remain active and reliable for the army, sir?
I'm very vocal. So communication is really how I'm going to stay the most active. Before I didn't really communicate with a whole bunch of people, but this time I really do want to take this all the way. I want to be a general. I want to be somebody that other people look up to, and I want to make a difference in the army.
10-4. Uh, why do you wanna join Lemon Army, sir? Specifically,
I want to join the army to finish what I started. I remember when I first joined the army, and I really did think within myself that I was joining for all the right reasons and I had all the right ambitions, but I never cared about going all the way. I never cared about leadership enough to subdue any responsibility. I just wanted enough leadership to where I didn't have a lot of responsibilities. I didn't want to be a colonel. I just wanted to be able to have a hard hat so that basically nobody could tell me what to do. And then, like, I'm just doing, the basic bare minimum. But now I want to join the army to reach the peak of leadership. I want to be somebody that other people look up to and respect.
fair enough. And what does loyalty means to you, sir?
Loyalty to me means conflict outside of myself includes me if those I am loyal to equally are in conflict.
10-4. Where do you see the next 3 to 6 months in Linwood Army, sir?
I see myself somewhere out in the land, somewhere out in the driving down the highway with a private who wants to buy his first car with the money that he's been getting off of the army.
10-4. If promoted, how would you lead and set an example for others, sir?
Well, sir, when I am promoted, I will lead and set an example for others by following the rules to the T. I'm not going to make up rules. That's one thing that I super despise when people try and make up rules in gray areas. I'm not with that. No. We do exactly what we're told and we maintain ourselves in a way that's not only professional but also ethical.
Copy. If a soldier refuses to follow orders, during trainings or any other events, how would you handle that situation, sir?
I'm going to take the situation through the chain of command. It should be pretty easy to establish the fact that somebody, is a bad egg and they're kind of stepping out against the rest of us. So I'm not going to make too big of a fuss about it. I'm not going to scream at him, I'm not cussing at him. Like, I'm going to tell you one time. You get one time to do what you're supposed to do. If you don't do what you're supposed to do, then immediately it needs to be taken up the chain of command so that we can handle these situations and maintain a strong army.
If you hear wrong information on the walkie, how would you respond, sir?
I'm gonna wait until they finish. I want to make sure the purpose of communication is to convey information. So if I can talk all day long, I can say whatever, I can scream and yell, but if you can't hear me and can't understand me, then there was no purpose in me opening my mouth in the first place. So that's precisely the same philosophy I would use in handling that situation. I'm not going to talk over anybody. There's not two people talking at the same time. It's going to be one person talking. And after they're done saying what they're saying, I'm going to say the correct information one time. I'm not going to reiterate myself. I'm not going to cloud up the walkie talkie. People could be in danger.
Copy. Imagine two soldiers, arguing during the duty. How would you resolve it, sir?
Well, the first thing that I would do is I would actually walk up to a general and I would ask if it was a good time that we could do some taser training. A lot of times when the guys get bored, or guys and girls, when they get bored, that's when they start arguing. Standing, I'm sure there's super long shifts. I mean, well, I guess most people haven't done it, but like, I've been on the game for a full 24 hours before, so I know what it's like. Any time after the last raid, and between that time and the first raid of the day, like that's a super long chunk of time. So a lot of times the guys are just bored. And I try and offer an opportunity to do something else, like training, in order to kind of let that steam out. And it's competitive.
And do you understand the failure to remain active and disciplined leads to consequences?
Sir, yes, sir.
And are you ready to commit fully to serving the Lunud Army, sir?
You have my word.
All right, before we proceed, do you have any other questions, sir?
Yes, can I be a general?
Hopefully, someday, if you do your things
That's my.
correctly, if you know all the rules, if you be active, participate on the raids, do your hard work, and you just show your initiative. So being a general, it's not a easy job, for me as well. It has been hard. I've been learning much, so just for advice I'll give you that, so being a general means you are a leader, so we need more leaders. Try to learn from the higher ups, how they lead, how they talk, how they handle the situation, and try to copy them, and you might get a general should.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. All right. So I won't take much time of yours. To be honest, you did pretty good. You know, I was convinced with your answers. And yeah, I have to say you passed the interview. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Most welcome.